Hi, my name is Leah Delosier, and this is my leadership interview presentation. Anthony Moss is the most influential leader I have had the pleasure of knowing. Anthony was in the military for 8 years, deployed 3 times to Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, and Iraq. In 2003, as a 22-year-old in the military, they sent him to set up the first base in Iraq and was in charge of 100 people. Talk about empowerment. As Anthony explained, if you're in leadership position in the military, it's easy to take your job seriously. This military training and background is part of the reason I believe he's such a great leader. He's now the head of his investment team of 36 at JP Morgan. I believe the Army affected his leadership skills in many ways. He explained that the Army makes you follow before you can lead. No matter what rank you come in at, you have to follow to understand the stresses that are placed on your subordinates so that when you're leading them, you can sincerely relate to what they are going through. In the Army, you're dealing with life and death situations. It puts things into perspective. It allows you to be calm in a situation that would normally make others panic. As the text explains, transformational leaders commonly share 5 characteristics. They are creative, passionate, visionary, empowering, and interactive. Throughout Anthony's life, he has been an example of each of these characteristics. Anthony also possesses characteristics such as charisma, accountability, selflessness, leading by example, and being motivational. All of these things make me believe that he is a transformational leader. Anthony grew up with a Marine as a father, preaching to him to do things right the first time. He was child number 8 in his family of 11, and yet he was the one that was an emergent leader in his family. He explained that his siblings would see how disciplined and focused he could be, and they would come to him for advice, and they still do. They started to come to him when he was only 8 years old. That gave him confidence that he could lead. It was a big deal to him that his older siblings would come to him for advice. Anthony was also a star high school football player. He said that playing sports growing up allowed him to realize that he was already good, but that hard work made him a lot better. He learned to lead by example. He learned self-confidence early on, and that if you put the work in, you'll be successful. There's nothing that you can't accomplish. In the text, Max Dupree suggested that leaders act as servants to their followers by providing resources, encouragement, and empowering them to complete their work. Anthony explained that he views being a leader as servanthood. He makes sure that his followers have everything they need in order to be successful. He also makes sure that they are doing okay. If there is ever anything that's going wrong, he will do whatever is needed to correct it. He says it's about being selfless and realizing being a leader is more about a position of working for the people. Anthony suggested a few things for anyone who wants to become a great leader. He said, read 1 book a week, be disciplined every day, show up even if you don't feel like it, and never expect a follower to do something that either you haven't done, you're not willing to do, or you don't know how to do yourself. You have to keep an open mind when you're discussing goals with your employees. You have to understand what it is that motivates them. Don't expect them to have the same motivation that you do. Anthony's biggest fear is wasted potential, which makes him hold himself to a higher standard, and in turn holds his team to a higher standard as well. This fits perfectly into the text's example that if you have high expectations, then you will receive higher outcomes. Anthony shared with me a few secrets along the way that he's learned throughout the years, and he said that the blueprint to success is easy, but the execution for that success isn't. Having determination to keep going is extremely hard, and the book 48 Laws of Power was the best book that he's ever read. It's helped him the most on his journey. Lastly, don't have a plan B. Anthony believes that determination is one of the most important aspects of being a great leader. We can't control timing, but if you never give up, you'll never fail. He empowers his employees by coaching them, giving them an assignment other than what they would normally do. You trust them. Give them a chance to do something they haven't done before. During the time in which I've worked with Anthony, he has empowered me in so many ways. My confidence has grown, and I've become a leader because of it. He inspires and motivates all of his team to reach for their goals and achieve them. The reason I returned to school is because of his belief in me. Anthony truly is a transformational leader. Thank you so much for your time.